All right, so following Monday's 1.3 billion paper gold dump on the COMEX open, the cartel has hit gold and silver again Tuesday, which was, a couple days ago, and has finally succeeded for now in driving spot gold back under the critical $1,300 level, which, by the way, it's back above that. Matter of fact, I haven't even seen this morning. Just let me take a quick peek, because yesterday it was over 1,300. Right this second, it is 1,310 cents. So, back to where I was. So, it took twice the amount of paper used yesterday, which was the Monday, as an astonishing $2.3 billion in gold futures were just dumped on the market. So Monday was 1.3 billion. They were able to knock it down 34, 35 bucks, gold market. They drop another 1 billion or whatever it was. And that's what it says here. Or no, an astonishing 2.3 billion on top of that was just released on the market as well. So you mean to tell me 1.3 billion on Monday and 2.3 billion on Tuesday? I think when your old pal JSnip4 talks to you about this thing called the rule of diminishing returns, he's not kidding. If they dumped that much gold Monday and then Tuesday dumped even more, and the market barely even budged on Tuesday when they did the big dumping, what does that mean? That means that someone must have been buying it up, and rather than them take the left hand $1,340 silver, dump it, and their right hand picks it up as soon as it hits the level they need it to hit, which is, let's say, just under $1,300, they buy it up. Now this hand's sitting on it. Price starts to rise over weeks, month, up, time to dump it again. Now this hand dumps it back up to 1340, let's say, dumps it. This hand's right there on standby, ready to pick it up. As soon as that level is met under 1300, yep, okay, bought it all up. We're satisfied. But when that doesn't happen, and the price kind of stays still while they're trying to play that game, that means there must be a third party also in there saying, oh, we'll take some. Matter of fact, we'll take a lot of that. Give it up. We'll take it. Therefore, the price doesn't drop much at all at that point, which is exactly what happened. So here we are, 2 days later after the big dumping, Monday and Tuesday. So Wednesday, Thursday is today. And it's right back at the magical $1,300 level, which is of critical importance to the rest of the world and who studies charts and highs and lows and moving averages and all that. $1,300 is the critical mark. So as Jim Sinclair says, he sends out a little email, and he's like the gold guru from way back. He said this is pretty much the final smackdown. Doesn't mean that, Monday and Tuesday was it. It just means that right now, right in this moment in time, this is it. This is their final push before the prices really start to increase. So when I see them dump that much money Monday and then even more money Tuesday on paper contracts, so again, not one single ounce of gold changed hands. Wasn't no truck pulled up to the back in the middle of a night, big armored vehicle, let's load it up and drive it. Nope, nothing happened. The gold never moved. The paper contracts that claim ownership of gold, which don't have the gold, is what causes the price to move like that. So all these people, rather than owning gold, and I say all these people, it's just the banks, rather than owning real gold, they own the paper, because they know they can manipulate the price of paper by dumping massive amounts of paper. You see, if you have a real physical asset that takes a man's labor to get out of the ground, you can't just push around numbers here and there like, oh, we've got this much gold, let's sell it today, let's buy it. You can't do it if it's not there. But if you have paper that everyone looks at that sets the price of that asset, and claims every piece of paper that's out there, we've got the real asset backing it. Don't worry, trust us. When you know how that goes, they don't have it. The bottom line is it doesn't matter if they have it. They use those vehicles, paper, to push the price around. So they're dumping massive amounts of gold paper on the market, and then someone else is buying up those same pieces of paper. Nobody is actually selling or buying real physical gold that they can go touch. So the bottom line is, even with this paper mechanism that they use to do this, they still are struggling to keep the prices down where they want them. And they quickly rebound, and then they have to dump it again. They dumped so much money Monday and Tuesday, I can't believe that the market didn't hardly even budge based off of what they did on Tuesday, after already slaughtering it on Monday. Right? You would have thought that so many other real people, you know, average Joes out there would have, oh, I got on my contract, that waterfall drop-off happened, I got out, I can imagine some people got some margin calls on Monday. So naturally, if the powers that be then do a second double whammy, right? A little double whammy on Tuesday, even greater than the one on Monday, and the market kind of just sits there and laughs it off, doesn't even really move. What? That means somebody else has to be in there buying these things up. There's no other explanation. Who, what, or why, I have no idea. But the numbers is all you need to look at. If there's not a smash, when they drop that kind of money, drop those kind of paper contracts, and the price just sits there, then somebody else is buying it up and feels very comfortable at that price to buy it up. Could it be some massive investment group out of China or somewhere else? Sure. It could be a local to the United States investment group. There's just no telling, because we don't get to see that. All we get to see is the raw number of what the volume was like today on the gold market, how much money that equates to, and how quickly it sold, right? And again, on open, they dump it. Open the next day, they dump it. So I made the claim on Monday, the first time, that I had a sneaky suspicion prices would rebound very rapidly. And the fact that they slammed it for the second day in a row on Tuesday, and the prices didn't even move, I mean, really, just barely. I think my statement Monday would be accurate here, simply because they tried a second time. Had they not tried the second time, you could probably imagine the prices the very next day, Tuesday, would have been way back up. Way back up. So they had to slam it again. And again, it stood there. Kind of just took it. Just keep going. Hit me some more. Hit me some more. Come on. And they're like, oh, wait a minute. Damn, we just put twice the amount of money, practically. Almost, anyways. Than we did Monday, and the market's kind of shrugging it off. That's not good. Not good, guys. So, I forget the guy's name, that had an article on Silver Doctors, in which he says he believes by the end of this month, July, we could see $25 silver already, that quick. Setting dates and times and exact prices when these people have been manipulating gold and silver every time that they feel like it is not a good idea. Because these guys are still the ones in control. And in case anyone hasn't heard of yet, the London PM fix, metal fix, at least in silver, I'm not sure if they're doing it with gold as well. You know, it ends in August. We got to find a new fix because these derivatives contracts rely on it. What's going to happen in August when the PM fix goes away? Well, they had a brilliant idea, the club, and their idea is, let's let the CME group, the same group that owns and runs the COMEX market, the paper market, let's let them set the fix, along with, I thought they said their partner would be Kitco, I think. Yeah, so we'll just take it away from London club and bring it over to the United States club, who's part of the same club, because they're the ones that run the CME group, again, or the CME group runs the COMEX, you know. So the bottom line is they're still trying to just, it's kind of like when you would hear about some dictator or someone, where he's getting overthrown, and all right, we heard the people, we'll call early elections. And before they even do that, just to try to get the people to settle down, we're gonna revamp the whole cabinet members. And they take the same guys who are high-level government, same, you know, main decision makers, shuffle them up, same guys, and then give them new positions. Okay, we've shuffled up our cabinet. Hopefully the corruption and that kind of stuff will stop. Everybody settle down. Yeah, but wait a minute. These are the same guys. They just swap positions. Well, yeah, but, you know, you're not supposed to know that. Come on, quit paying attention. So this is essentially the same thing. Desperate times calls for desperate measures, and these people are very desperate. So as the United States becomes old news, US dollar becomes old news, the BRICS nations now setting up their own version of the IMF and World Bank, over the next short few years, the transition from the United States being in charge of everything is going to be complete. They're not going to care about our dollar. You're not going to hear strong dollar, world reserve currency. You're not going to hear that in any kind of positive light anymore over these next very short few years. You're not going to hear about the superpower. You're going to hear about crap that all these other countries have had to deal with all these years because of what we've done, and force them to eat our dollar, use our dollar. If you don't use it, we go to war with you. If you don't use it, economic sanctions on you. Or we just basically make your currency worthless through the same paper markets we rig everything with to teach you a lesson. So, gotta run.